Okay, good morning, everyone. So to begin my Dharma message, please join me in Gassho, put your hands together. When a person realizes the mind of non-discrimination, that attainment is that the state of regarding each being as one's only child. This is none other than Buddha nature. We will awaken to it on reaching the land of peace. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, 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 Namanda. Okay, again, thank you for coming to this Sunday service this morning. We are observing the Nehan E Nirvana Day service and the Pet Memorial service this morning. So first, I'd like to express my deepest sympathy who lost their lovely pet. So we are showing in a slideshow those lovely, cute pets. Buddhism is a teaching of life, so awaken to the truth of our life. We cherish all beings, all animals' lives. Today on this opportunity, please listen to Buddha Dharma and reflect upon your life and your pet's life too. So we also have Nehan E Nirvana Day Memorial Service today. So Nehan E means the state, Nehan means the Nirvana. So Nirvana means the state of extinguishment. So Shakyamuni Buddha entered the final Nirvana on February 15th, about 2,600 years ago. So when Shakyamuni Buddha passing into Nirvana was drawing near, he was surrounded by his disciple, lay people, dogs, squirrels, and other animals too. So all these people and animals and living beings were appreciated Shakyamuni Buddha's guidance. So that's why all of them came to Shakyamuni Buddha to express their sympathy, to lament, also appreciation to the Shakyamuni Buddha for his guidance. So around that time, there was a disciple who asked him, what should we do? What should we rely on in your life after you have passed from this world? Then Shakyamuni Buddha replied, this is sometimes it says it is Shakyamuni Buddha's last message. So make a lamp of yourself and rely on yourself. Never make others your lamp and never rely on others. And make the Dharma your lamp and rely on it. Never make any other things your lamp and never rely on them. So we rely on ourselves who we respect and listen to the Buddha Dharma. So Buddha Dharma should be the center of our life. Then we rely on ourselves. So using the Buddha Dharma as our lamp, and we live our life, we walk this Buddhist path and reflect upon ourselves, all beings. We reflect upon our lives, ourselves, and all our lives. So this morning, at the beginning of my message, I introduced the Wassan's hymns from the Shinran Shonin wrote. In this Wassan, he introduced the mind of non-discrimination, the mind of non-discrimination. So let me do this again. When a person realizes the mind of non-discrimination, that attainment is the state of regarding each being as one's only child. So this is none other than Buddha nature. We will awaken to it on reaching the land of peace, the Pure Land. So the mind of non-discrimination means the equality, the mind of equality, then accept everyone equality, then the non-categorizing view. So, when we think about ourselves, we always separate I and others. Then we always distinguish good and bad. So we are living in a dualistic world, so we always distinguish. That's our human view, human nature, human habit. That's what we all do. The mind of non-discrimination is the heart of accept things and all being lives as they are, just like one. So it is connected to the teaching of oneness. So Shinran Shonin mentioned that the mind of non-discrimination is the Dharma body. So it is a Buddha's wisdom and compassion. Then in the Tannisho, a record in Lament of Divergences, Shinran Shonin mentioned, when I deeply the vow of Amida, I realized that it was entirely for the sake of myself alone. So it is how Shinran Shonin appreciated Amida Buddha's compassion. So then, in this hymn, he says, the attainment is a state of the regarding each being as one's only child. So Buddha's compassion embraces all human beings and is directed each one of us. So go by one. It is not like a public message. It is not a public announcement. It is like a personal letter we are all receiving from Amida Buddha. So this is a special, unique message to each one of us, each individual. So it is a quote from Nehangyo Nirvana Sutra. The mind of non-discrimination is also called the state of regarding each being as one's only child. So it is the Buddha nature which we attain after we are born into the Pure Land. So Shinran Shonin expressed his joy to be able to attain the Buddha nature enlightenment there. So by the way, so do you know, sometimes we see the group of ants, like a column of ants. So I think it was during my university college day. So I was living in an apartment by myself. Then probably I dropped a cookie or something. I dropped in my room. So I found the column of ants, walking in the room. If you find these, what would you do? Do you think, you see each one of the ants, you say, oh, this looks handsome ants. Oh, this looks like a really strong one. I didn't do that. I just brought a sticky roll. I clean my house. So I'm a bad person. So yeah, this is how I did when I found the ants in my room. So each life must be precious. I know that. But I am not always seeing each life that way, unfortunately. So that's a Bonbu Kusunoki's point of view. So I just see these are the group or column of ants. So I didn't see each one of ants as they are. So let me share another example. So I think I mentioned you before about 25 sometimes ago, I went to Zimbabwe, Africa, to coach baseball. So that was my first time to visit, outside of Japan. So this means before that, I only see Japanese people. I've never seen any other non-Japanese people by the time. So I was coaching baseball. I visited all different schools. So when I went there, all the students came to the baseball ground, coming out of the field. So I was waiting for me to, play baseball. So most of the time I was visiting elementary school. Then those elementary school children, both boys and girls, came to the ground. But at first, in honest, I couldn't tell if this child is boy or girl. Looks all the same because they're wearing the same uniform. The hairstyle looks all the same. Then they're all Zimbabwean black people. So to me, looks all the same. At the first, I went to visit Zimbabwe. But gradually, I was able to tell, oh, this is a boy, this is a girl. Then after a couple months later, I was even able to tell, oh, this looks like belong to this tribe. So different. Each person has a unique face. So, but at first, I couldn't tell that. Then on the other hand, when people in Zimbabwe to see the Asian people, they couldn't tell the difference. One day, soccer was on the TV. I think that was Chinese national team against the Zimbabwe national team. They are playing. Then, everybody likes watching the soccer. Then I remember one time one baseball player say, he was just joking, laughing. So those Chinese team changed all 11 players after halftime. So it is why no one was tired. So they were all wearing the same uniform, looks all the same. No one realized if they all switched. So from their point of view, so Asian people at that time, that Chinese people, they all looks the same. Of course, he was just joking. So, but he couldn't see or recognize each player. He just saw they were Chinese soccer player. So each of us has a unique face or character and life. They are all equally precious, but we sometimes cannot see that. So we categorize people and see them as a group, so it is our habit. So, so we have to know, we have that type of habit or nature, human nature. So our human nature, which always categorize things or people. And so we have to know that it sometimes causes a big problem. If we lose to see everyone's uniqueness or preciousness just to see as a group, we may lose to respect each individual person. If this kind of attitude or view escalate, it sometimes causes various discrimination and conflict or war. That we have to know. So people lose compassion and sometimes hurt other people. So recently, I heard one Japanese pop music. I don't know if you like the Japanese, if you listen to the Japanese pop music or not, but I just, in December, when we are having the year-end minister's party, the old kids also came to visit our house. Then those kids are watching the YouTube, those J-pop music. Then one of the music was called Habit. So then the group name is Sekai no Owari. So it's in Japanese, it says, Kimi tachi ittara nandemo kandemo bunrui kubetsu janru wake shitagaru. All you guys want to do is label, discriminate, divide. For some reason, human has this habit to categorize. So this is a song, the beginning of the song. Then at the end, it's also saying, we are animals too. This is what I love. You should feel the laughter buildings. We animals too, hence this original habit we possess. Don't categorize yourself. Try and break that bad habit. So this is the song. So I kind of like this song. So, so if you have a chance, just go to the YouTube channel. Then you can just put the Sekai no Owari Habit English lyrics. Then you can find the English translations. So this song reminds me of my human nature, my habit. Then, but the question is, how I can break this bad habit? How even can I recognize my habit? That we have to think. The only way I could do is that I need to listen to a guidance from someone who does not have that habit. I need to learn from someone who has a mind of non-discrimination and see each other, each beings as they are. So that we call Buddha, who attained the stage of non-discrimination. So Buddha is the one who can see and accept each life as they are. Amida Buddha, our Buddha, does not see all beings as just one group, does not categorize. Amida Buddha does accept each one of beings as they are. It is one metaphor that Amida Buddha accepts people just like a parent, just like a parents love their only child. Each one of us is just like Amida Buddha's only child. It is one of the aspects of Amida Buddha's compassion, which is equality accepts people as they are. After we are born into the Pure Land, we also attain the same enlightenment, same compassion as Amida Buddha had. So walking the path to the Namo Amida Butsu, walking this path to the Pure Land, it means to hear and listen to this Amida Buddha's compassion. So we put our goal to attain this compassion and enlightenment. So we are all ordinary beings. We are all Bonbu. We are not attained one yet. So we cannot completely copy Buddha's compassion, but we still learn. We can still hear the teachings. We can set it as our Buddhist goal and live our life, follow the Buddha's compassion. So my life, our life, is also accepted as it is. I am glad to hear that. My life is not discriminated. My life is not judged or categorized. My life is accepted as it is by Amida Buddha's compassion. So we all receive this Buddha's compassion. We are walking the path of Amida Buddha's Pure Land. I am relieved. I appreciate. Then we recite Namo Amida Butsu with gratitude. So thank you for attending this service this morning. To conclude my Dharma message, please join me in Gassho. Put your hands together. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, 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 Namanda.